If you've ever heard the words low carb and immediately picture giving up all of your favorite foods, this meal plan might surprise you. Today, I'm sharing a full day of low-carb meals that are high protein and satisfying to help me stay on my weight loss goals. As someone who's lost over 75 pounds on a GLP-1, I've learned that low-carb doesn't have to mean restrictive. For me, it's about being intentional with the carbs that I am choosing at each meal to help me stay consistent without feeling deprived. In 2020 and 2021, when the world quarantined, and a lot of us actually gained weight, I actually lost over 70 pounds. And it was because I was following a keto meal plan that then I turned into low carb. So putting low carb meals together is actually really easy for me because I spent, over a year actually making these meals at home. Now, per my nutritionist and per my own experience, I do know that my body tolerates and almost prefers low carb meals when I am in active weight loss. So adding a low carb week into my meal plan rotations is something I really do when I know that I need to sort of kickstart or really push my weight loss, because almost always when I do low carb, almost always, not only do I lose weight, but I also lose a little more than I typically do when I am eating higher carb meals. For breakfast, I'm keeping it easy with a yogurt parfait, something I can throw together in the hustle and bustle of the morning as me and my kids get ready for our daily activities. The base of my yogurt parfait, I'm going to use a ratio yogurt. I got the vanilla kind, but I know that they do have like lemon meringue and blueberry. This little yogurt snack is 5.3 ounces for 170 calories, 9 grams of carbs, 25 grams of protein. The way they do that, in case you didn't know, is they do add whey protein to this. You could always use yogurt of choice or a dairy-free yogurt. A Greek yogurt is going to get you 17 to 18 grams of protein without the added whey protein. So that's obviously also a choice. It's just going to be unsweetened. What I like about this is that I don't have to add Splenda drops or a sugar substitute, because the added whey protein obviously makes the yogurt, nicely sweetened. I'm going to eat all of this laid in a bowl with 1 serving of this keto-friendly granola, 170 calories for 1/3 cup, with 6 grams of protein and 2 grams of fiber. I'm also getting 13 grams of fat. And I'm going to top it off with 1/2 cup of Blackberries for 30 calories, 4 grams of fiber, 10 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of protein. My yogurt parfait is 370 calories with 32 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, 27 grams of carbs, and 16 grams of fat. For lunch, we are having some rice. And before you freak out and tell me in the comments that you're not allowed to have rice on a low carb plan, you are. You just have to be creative and find alternatives to the foods that you enjoy that meet your macros. Because we're having a low carb meal plan, I found me some protein rice that is low carb. This is by the brand Kaizen, and this rice is made with lupini beans. If I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. This rice is low carb, high protein, grain-free, high in fiber, and gives you obviously a low glycemic impact. This box has 4 servings. Each serving is 130 calories with 20 grams of protein. You also get 15 grams of fiber, bringing our net carbs down to 6 grams for each serving. You prepare this very much like regular rice. You boil water, you add the the product. You cook it for 5 to 6 minutes, so it cooks shorter length than regular rice does. And then you strain it. You could add some butter or some olive oil, to add a little bit more flavor back into this protein rice. If you've never seen this and you're probably wondering, what does this taste like? It is closer to like a brown rice or like a whole grain. It's nutty in flavor, obviously bean-like because it's made with lupini beans. Once my rice is all cooked through, I put it in a container and I leave it in the fridge. I take it out for lunch and I measure out 2 ounces. On the stovetop, on a hot pan, I'm going to go ahead and for my protein, I'm going to use one of these new FishWife's Tin Seafood Company's Albacore tuna and spicy olive oil. With a low carb plan, obviously your fuel is coming from higher fat foods. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the oil that is in this can. I found this tuna to be really tasty. It's not overly seasoned, so you might want to add some additional salt. I found that surprising. I thought this would taste more salty, but it really wasn't. I'm gonna go ahead and add some veggies. While these are not entirely low carb, for 4 ounces, I'm okay with the amount of carbs that is in this. This is just peas and carrots. I strain 4 ounces and I mix that with my protein rice and my spicy tuna. Half a serving of this is 60 calories, 2 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, 13 grams of carbs. My tuna lunch comes out to 380 calories, 39 grams of protein, 18 grams of fiber, 34 grams of carbs, and 16 grams of fat. What I love about this rice is that if you are thinking, I don't like tuna, can I make this with something else? Absolutely. Use this rice as your base and really make any sort of bowl that you are feeling. Like, turn it into a Mexican bowl with some chipotle chicken, that chipotle diced chicken from Costco. Top it off with some avocado, some diced tomatoes, and some Greek yogurt. There you go. There's your Mexican themed high protein bowl. Or turn this like Mediterranean if you're feeling like having a little like ground lamb with some feta cheese, black olives, diced cucumbers, like woof, and some tzatziki sauce. Go to town, make it with Greek yogurt, keep it high protein. Or make it Italian with some like diced chicken, some basil, diced tomatoes, drizzle it with some like basil pesto sauce. The world's your oyster. This thing is pretty awesome for really any toppings of choice. Because my meals are pretty low calorie, this meal plan actually allows me to enjoy a snack between lunch and dinner. So I'm trying one of these new Egglife grab and goes. These are not new to me. Like, the wraps are not new to me. I've seen the Egglife wraps, and then they actually make them into like noodles now, spaghetti, that you can also use in recipes. I got these at Walmart. Each of these, they vary in calorie. The highest one is 270 calories, but they do give you between 13 to 17 grams of protein. And let me show you what it looks like. It's literally one of their wraps, and the filling changes. This one is made with rotisserie chicken and cream cheese. This one is made with rotisserie chicken and cream cheese as well. And this one, this roasted garlic and herb, is made with pepperoni and cream cheese. Could I make an egg wrap at home and just put the toppings myself? Absolutely. But who has time for that? Like, come on, it's 2026. The world is so busy. Life is happening, and I don't have time to make egg wraps. Plus, I don't love egg wraps. So this way I can enjoy this, but never think about having to make an egg wrap from scratch. Anyways, that's going to be my snack. I added the highest calorie one for that, 270 calories, 17 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, and 9 grams of fat. Let's finish our day with an Asian-inspired dish. Egg roll in a bowl. I made this so much when I was doing keto low carb because it's incredibly high protein, incredibly low carb, and it really does taste good. It gives the illusion of eating Panda Express without, the gazillion grams of carbs that are in those meals. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook down 16 ounces of ground chicken. I cook this down on the stovetop with 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil. I only need 1 tablespoon because this stuff is incredibly rich. You can tell how much is still in there because I literally use it 1 tablespoon at a time. It is all you need. It goes such a long way. The flavor in this is so strong that any more and I just can't handle it. Once my ground chicken is all cooked through, in the same pan, I'm making this whole batch because I'm gonna store all the extras in a container, leave it in the fridge, and for dinner when we're ready, I literally just serve my serving in a bowl, heat it in the microwave, top it off with some green onions, and dinner feels like I just came out of PF Chang's every time. Once my mushrooms are cooked through, I move that to the side. In the same pan, I'm gonna go ahead and scramble 4 eggs, 280 calories, 24 grams of protein, and 20 grams of fat. Once all 3 of those items are cooked, then I go ahead and I toss them all together, get them all mixed through. I'm gonna go ahead and add my carb, and that's gonna be this angel hair coleslaw. I actually add 2 of these packets, that's 20 ounces of this. That stuff cooks through really quickly, so make sure that when you're ready to add your bags, because this is literally gonna be just cooking for like 2-3 minutes, everything else has been cooked through. To my angel hair coleslaw, I'm actually going to add 4 tablespoons of coconut aminos. This is what I'm using in place of soy sauce, but you can always use soy sauce instead. You could always use less, but our dish needs saltiness, and this is where I'm getting my saltiness from. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss all that together. Once you add your coleslaw and your soy sauce substitute, literally you're just cooking that for 2 to 3 minutes. Your dish is done. When I am ready to enjoy it, I serve it with diced green onions and some sesame seeds if I have them. My entire egg roll in a bowl, as is with all the ingredients, is 1,200 calories with 128 grams of protein, 16 grams of fiber, 65 grams of carbs, and 58 grams of fat. But I'm actually splitting that into 4 servings. So each serving for dinner is actually only 300 calories, 32 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, 16 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of fat. Per my nutritionist, my caloric deficit is between 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day. I always try to eat closer to the 1,800, but some weeks like this one, you'll see that I am actually lower. She just suggested that I obviously never eat below 1,200 and never for, too many weeks in a row. The part you've been waiting for, my total macros for this meal plan. 1,320 calories this week with 120 grams of protein, 28 grams of fiber, 79 grams of carbs, but really net 61 grams of carbs, and 99 grams of fat. While my calories are a little lower than I like, I actually like that I still have room to enjoy a coffee in the morning, a nice coffee in the afternoon. Don't forget, creamers do have calories. They do have added sugars and carbs. So this deficit allows me the room to still enjoy those. Double check you're subscribed to the channel. What are you doing? Why haven't you subscribed? And hopefully you found these meal ideas helpful. If so, hit the like. Tell me in the comments, what is a low carb recipe that you enjoy that I should try? Because I would love to add them to the rotation. Till next time, let's keep losing weight. Bye.